Hello everyone, I am Darshani, Assistant Professor of Mathematics. In the previous sessions, we have learnt continuous functions and we proved some theorems on it. In this session, we are going to prove one more important theorem on continuous function, which is well known as intermediate value theorem. Let's get in. Intermediate value theorem. A function which is continuous on a closed interval takes every value between its bounds. First, let us consider a continuous function. F of x be a continuous function on a closed interval a comma b. By the theorems we proved earlier, every continuous function on a closed interval is bounded. So f of x is bounded. This implies f of x is bounded on AB. So the supremum exists and infimum exists in the interval AB. Let m be the supremum of f of x in the interval AB and small m be the infimum of f of x in the interval AB. Clearly, by the definition of supremum and infimum, small m is less than capital M. Clearly, m is less than capital M. We know that every continuous function on a closed interval attains its bounds. So, by known theorem, the theorem we proved in the earlier classes, there exists point C and D such that f of c is equal to m and f of d equal to small m for some cd belongs to a comma b. Okay. Now to show that f of x takes every value between its bounds, I consider a point in between m and m. Let k be a point in between small m and capital M. Now we need to find out an element e in the interval a comma b such that f of e will be equal to k. Now define a function. Define a function capital F of x on the interval c comma d or d comma c depending on the values of c and d. If c is less than d, we consider the interval c comma d. If d is less than c, then we consider the interval d comma c. By f of x is equal to small f of x minus k. Now if I consider capital F of c, now f of c will be equal to small f of c minus k, f of c minus k, but we know that f of c is capital M, m minus k. Since m is greater than k, this is greater than 0, greater than 0. Similarly, I consider f of d, this is equal to f of d minus k, but we know that f of d is small m, m minus k, but since small m is less than k, this is negative. Okay. Observe here, f of x is continuous, therefore f is continuous, and f of c positive and f of d negative. So f of x equal to f of x minus k is a continuous function on cd or dc depending on whether c less than d or d less than c, such that f of c is positive and f of d is negative. So by the known theorem, since f is a continuous function and f of c and f of d have opposite signs, there exists e belongs to cd or dc such that f of e is equal to 0, or f of e minus k equal to 0, that is f of e equal to k. Since CD or DC is a subset of AB, E belongs to AB and f of e equal to k. We have shown that there is an element in AB, E, such that f of e is equal to k. So f of x takes every value between its bounds. This completes the proof. Now we shall deduce a corollary using intermediate value theorem. If f of x is continuous on closed interval AB and if f of a not equal to f of b, then f of x takes every value between f of a and f of b. Proof. By the intermediate value theorem, we know that f of x takes every value between its bounds. Let m and n be its bounds, capital M and small m. If f of a is less than f of b, then we should have m less than equal to f of a, less than equal to f of b, less than equal to capital M. If f of b is less than f of a, then we have m less than equal to f of b, less than equal to f of a, less than equal to m. So by intermediate value theorem, it takes every value in between m and n. So it takes every value in between f of a and f of b. This completes the proof.